If you are applying for a job, okay, then broadly there are two different kinds of, you'll come across broadly two different kinds of firms out there in the market. Forget about sectors, forget about firms and all of that. All of them can be bucketed into two broad categories. One is the consulting space. Okay, the other one is the industry space. The consulting space has all of your big fours, big accounting firms, top 10 firms, CA firms, or whatever you call it. Or you have some specialty firms like Protivity, which specializes into internal audits and risk consulting and all of that. And so you have these specialty kind of consulting firms also. Or there could be firms which only specialize in direct taxes. Or there could be firms which only specialize in international tax. So all these specialty consulting firms are on the consulting space. And then you have your classic industry comprising of manufacturing companies, trading companies, services, BFSI, that is banking and financial services industry, your banks, your investment management companies, your portfolio management companies, all of these things. And then you have your global shared services setup, the outsourcing industry, so to say, right, where you have a lot of companies who have set up their shared services in India, and you get into these shared services, you do international accounting and finance profiles, take up international accounting and finance profiles in these companies. I don't know, it could be an IBM, for example, or it could be Willis, or it could be Sutherland Global Services, or it could be EY GDS or PwC. All of these things are in the outsourcing space, in the KPO space, where you work in a global shared services center, usually supporting somebody who's situated abroad. Yeah. So these are the broad two types of companies that you will come across where you will take up a job. Yeah. So what is the trigger? What is the indication that which one is for you? Are you made for the consulting space or are you made for the industry space? We look at some of the indicators now that will help you understand which space is for you. Okay? If you have decided to take up a job, which space is for you? Some of the indicators that you're made for consulting is that you like core chartered accountancy subjects. Like you like audit, you like accounts, you like tax, you like accounting standards. So if you really like these or love these core chartered accountancy subjects, then consulting space is for you. If you like advising clients, clients will come up with complex problems for you. You are the expert, so you try and read and understand the business situation and then give your opinion. You like dealing with clients, you are patient enough to handle clients' queries. Then you like advising clients or move from one client to another and not really stuck up to one kind of a profile. Then consulting space is for you. You like being an expert. You have deep liking for a subject. Like for example, you might have deep liking for international taxation. Okay. If you want to position yourself as an expert in international tax at some point in time later on in your career, then consulting space is for you. Okay. So these are some of the indicators where you can decide that consulting space is for you. Look, even technology for that matter. If you want to be an SAP expert, then all these firms, like even big fours and all of the SAP consulting firms or the technology firms, have their own SAP implementation team, and you can get yourself into that kind of a profile, and then with relevant certifications and experience, you can position yourself as an SAP expert in the long run. So that's the consulting space. Then on the industry side, to work in a classic manufacturing, trading, services, BFSI, or a global shared services, what are the indicators that you are made for this side of the table? You have a commercial bent of mind. See, friends, not everything on the industry side is going to revolve around accounting standards and audit and tax, all of that. There's a whole lot of commercial world out there where you need to understand budgeting, forecasting, variance analysis, gross margins, net margins, discounts, pricing, tenders, bids. There are so many different kind of commercial aspects. How do you handle export sales, credit management, credit evaluation? Now, there could be so many different kind of commercial areas out there which are not taught to us in chartered accountancy curriculum, but we are expected to pick it up on the job. Okay, so if you have that commercial blend of mind where you're okay to move away from CA subjects, sometimes when you're working in FP&A function, financial planning analysis function, where you're working on budgeting, forecasting, variance analysis, management commentaries, evaluating capex proposals and all of that, you might slightly move away from your classic accounting standards and preparing financial statements and notes to accounts and all of that. If you're okay with that, okay, then industry side is for you, because not everything is going to be accounting here. Okay, there could be roles which will be blend of business management. Okay, like take a classic CFO's role, for example. Do you think CFO spends time in preparing financial statements or looking at notes to accounts, and is he worried about disclosure requirements and all of that? Not really. That's probably 5-10% of his profile. He's worried about running the business profitably. He's worried about, are the products being sold in a profitable manner? Are all branches making profits? Are all products making profits? So his financial analysis and decision making and strategic understanding is what his problem is, and not really accounting standards or disclosure. That's postmortem for him, right? So that's how the mindset shift on the industry side is required. So if you're somebody who slightly has a commercial bent of mind, okay, wants to build your career to become that in the long run, you want to become that senior finance professional, CFO, VP finance, director of finance someday, and like roles which are a blend of finance and business management, then I think industry side is for you. Okay, even within the shared services setup, the roles might start as back office functions where you are handling only accounting and all that stuff. But even within the shared services setup, there are roles which are finance, which are roles which are FP&A, which are roles which are supporting the business. So that is how it will start. Like I can tell you my own example. So when I started my first job in Bharat Petroleum, I was handling pricing for industrial fuels. Okay, so every 15 days, the pricing for industrial fuels, like apart from petrol, diesel, there are 70 odd products which the company manufactures, and all of these products are to be priced and sold. And every 15 days, the price revision happens. Okay, so we get these international pricing reports from international price monitoring agencies. You have to look at those reports, rework our prices every 15 days, and then upload in the system. And after that, only the lorry at the depot can take the material and then go. That's how important the role was, right? So this was something, pricing for industrial fuels was something which you will never get in your articleship, right? But I can tell you that no other qualification, maybe apart from a CA or ICWA for that matter, are equipped to handle that profile, right? So there could be many such profiles that you'll come across on the industry side. So don't get uncomfortable if it gets different from accounting standards and taxes and all of that. It's okay. You are also expected to learn commercial knowledge, commercial aspects, because that will also come to your help when you become that senior finance professional. Okay, and not just your technical knowledge about accounting standards and audit and taxes. Okay, so that's about the industry space, right? So we've discussed, if you want to take up a job, you have two broad spaces, that is the consulting space and the industry space. Okay, like a global shared services of a big four like EY, GDS or PwC, SDC, something like that will probably fall in the consulting space. Okay, because there you will be sticking to advising clients, looking at core chartered accountancy subjects. Yeah, so it's kind of lies between both consulting and industry space, somewhere in between there.